Harvey Simeroth and his life and times on the farm in Purcell, Oklahoma, and his World War II experiences.
HHS, Hollywood Handsome. Hollywood Handsome Simeroth.
This is my senior picture. High school, and then when my seniors going to
Look a
show.
lot like Jason there, and Jason, a lot like you.
And my senior year, 1940.
Yeah, so you had the curly hair and everything, like Bo and me. Yours was dark like Bo.
Yeah, had some good
On the
biceps there too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're working on the farm, right?
I broke a few records. What I did was, on the farm, I didn't have a shot put to work with, so I found this big rock. Yeah, I was weighing about 25 pounds.
Yeah, 25
But
pounds.
this is 65, so I thought, well, that'd be good. So I started throwing that rock, it was just like a shot put. And he built up my arm pretty good.
I bet.
Yeah, so I won a lot of places, broke a lot of records. And the discus throw, same thing. I wound up after the war breaking that big, what do you call it, the Big 8.
Back in those days, it was a Big 8 conference.
Conference for all the universities. I broke a record there with the discus throw in the Big 8. So,
What was that, about 46 or 47?
Yeah, probably 47. Yeah.
47. Yeah, he actually went in the war August of 44, is that right, Dad? Or was it 43? 44, wasn't it? He went over in 1944.
I went overseas.
See, they had already done the D-Day and all that, and he was like
About 6 months in September when we went. We went to
September of what year though? 43 or 44?
43.
43,
Yeah.
and then the war ended.
Bo was born about 2 weeks after I got in and went on active duty. I remember the captain said, "Well, why don't you go home for 3 days?"
3 days.
Yeah. Plus a 2-day weekend, you know. So I got to go home when Bo was born, and that was in
43. Yeah, he was born July of 43.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I went in about.
Yeah, but when did you ship over? When did you got
I started active duty in June.
You got on a ship though to go to Europe.
Yeah.
When was that?
Oh,
I thought that was 44.
I think it was.
Because I think the war ended in the end of 45, didn't it? The end of 40.
there.
Yeah.
December of 45.
Yeah.
So you got in like the last little over a year of the war.
Over there in May.
Yeah.
In Germany. Yeah.
And he first he was under.
They had already gone through France, and they were in Belgium when we got there. And
Germans were?
No, the U.S. we'd already taken back Belgium and France by the time he got there. But he was at he was at Bridge of Remagen when all that happened. He was driving trucks over, right, Dad? Yeah. How many times you go across that bridge before they blew it up?
7 times.
Yeah. And they got all the troops over and everything, and then the bridge was blown up, right?
Yeah.
Well, you guys blew it up, right?
No.
Oh, the engineers were under there trying to keep it weld it back, trying to keep it so they could get it over, and those guys were getting picked off and shot.
Yeah, they had a whole truckload of dead engineers.
Wow.
Trying to weld and fix everything while to keep that bridge up while they were going.
They were shelling it from off over on the next hill up there on the other side. They were shelling the thing, trying to make it fall in, and they tried to bomb it and drop bombs at it.
Wow.
Dad's driving trucks over it. But how many
And shoving it. Yeah.
Now what would they do? You'd drive a truck over and then hop on a Jeep and go back and then get a truck again and come back over with another truck?
I just unloaded the truck and go back.
Oh, you unloaded the same truck and went back with it. Okay.
Yeah, I had shrapnel all on the side of my truck once.
Yeah.
I jumped out when just I got across. it was coming down pretty heavy, and hit, and a piece went through the windshield. And
Yeah.
so I just pulled over to the side and crawled under underneath the bridge, you know, with the abutment there,
Yeah.
with that concrete.
Yeah.
And I stayed under there till it stopped.
He got his picture next to there's still abutment there of the bridge.
Oh, really?
And it has his infantry track. 99 infantry is what he was in 99.
Boy,
he got his
if one
picture
of those
next to
shells hit the back of that truck, I got 100 of those 105 howitzer shells about like that.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that whole flank's of the whole.
Dad shot his crew shot the 88s, right, Dad? Is that what they were? 88s?
105.
Oh, yours were 105 too?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the Germans were 88s. The tank.
Oh, the Germans were 88s out of the tanks. Okay, so
That's-
yours were 105.
The
that you
Panzer tank.
yeah.
The Panzer was 88.
And what was the name of your cannons again? What did they call those cannons?
Cannons? Yeah, howitzers.
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 Howitzers. And
Howitzers.
they shot 105.
Yeah, 105. We stayed right behind
That's
the lineman.
they had it was 4 shells in a crate. And one of the reasons they got him is because one he could drive a truck, but he could pick up these crates.
Yeah. They're probably, what, a couple 100 pounds each?
All those crates were probably a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah,
Huh,
and
Dad?
then I had to
Probably
stack
not
them. I
quite
had to
that
stack them up.
I don't know.
You had to stack them up on the back, all the way back to the back, you know.
All those
So you were
pallets.
driving a truck with all this ammo in the back?
Oh yeah.
And they were shooting that
Yeah,
shit?
they were shelling them and dropping
That
bombs.
would have been one big explosion if they had hit the wrong thing.
Everything up.
Yeah.
Then we had another thing happened with this one guy he had another truck ammo right behind me, and I drove down, you know, right near where we had our cannon set up, and he kept sailing down the hill, and he kept his truck in low gear, and the clutch caught on fire, and it was blazing underneath,
Oh.
and he had all this big load of ammo. And I said, oh my God.
And they drove right in the middle of their camp and stopped and got out and ran.
He got out and ran.
And so Dad grabbed a blanket and got under it and put it out.
I smothered the thing out. They gave me a silver star.
For putting the fire out?
Yeah, well, for saving the whole company. I think he was more interested in saving himself, but he did save the rest of the company while he's at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably the surrounding 50 miles.
Yeah.
And then another little crazy thing I did, I went back behind the German lines and got some ammo. We ran out during the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, very about the balls. They got surrounded at night. What happened is the Germans were advancing really fast, and so basically we retreated, and they were like, "Retreat, get out of here! They're coming!
Yeah.
The Panzers and everything are coming." So they had to just hop in jeeps or whatever. And Dad,
They just left all the ammo back there.
there was a
Big stacks of it.
was it trailers or just stacks of them?
Stacks.
Oh, so you guys took off of your truck and trailers and all that, but the stacks of the shells were all there.
Yeah, the engineers were supposed to take care of the dump, what do we call it, ammo dump. They took off too, and left it all just sitting there.
Wow.
And so, we were back over here on Nelson Born Ridge, and we run out of ammo.
They were surrounded, and so the middle of the night they went and talked to their commander, and he and was it a sergeant that went with you?
Yeah, Sergeant Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, he and sergeant, and they went back through the night because they remembered where that ammo was through the forest, hoping they wouldn't get caught by the Germans because the Germans had already they went through their lines,
Yeah,
and they went there.
placing those big lights around there. And I thought, boy, if one of those lights hits us, we're dead.
Yeah.
But we got back there, and they left a big truck already loaded, sitting there.
Well, the engineers did.
Yeah, so Sergeant Smith, he said, well, I'll take this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one. See ya.
And you load that one up, and so I got it loaded, and then the snow was about that deep,
And you heard that's when you heard your back.
And there was a big trailer sitting there with already loaded. So I thought, well, I'll just back up and load that and hook that trailer on and get that also.
Yeah.
So I got to straddle that trailer. I was gonna hook it up, you know.
I think it was full.
It must have weighed 500 pounds.
Yeah, the tongue? Yeah, at least. Probably 1,000 pounds or more.
I lifted that thing up and hooked it
Didn't
up.
have the jack.
No, it didn't have the crank on it. Even if it did, I don't think you'd take the time to do it.
And I felt it go out from the muscle
Yeah.
on my back. Oh.
Should have used your legs. Then your legs, you know. It's like, what do they call it? Deadlift?
Yeah.
But
So
he got
anyway,
that trailer on there, and then they got back, and then the next morning they blew themselves out of there, huh, Dad?
Yeah, we just.
They blew themselves a path, like we're going. Where were you going? Somewhere in Belgium?
Yeah,
What was it?
Malmedy.
What was the name of the town?
Malmedy.
Oh, I thought it was the name of I thought it was started with a B. Basson. I thought that's where you guys.
Last time was St. Louis South.
Oh,
That was the Air Force.
okay. So you guys.
Yeah, you said
So you got back to Normandy, and the U.S. troops already had that area, right?
Yeah, we blew out of there, and we joined up with Patton. He was coming up with 3rd Army, and we lost I don't know, about half of our division, I think.
Yeah.
And but we were the 394th, so Patton says, I want the 394th. So he got us into the 3rd Army. We were in the 1st Army with Bradley, Omar Bradley. And
I thought you were 99th Infantry, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you were that too?
Until we got all shot up and captured. They captured whole companies. We had three regiments, 393, 390, 392, 3 and 4. Anyway, we had 3 regiments, and the other 2 regiments on north of us, they really got captured and torn up. A lot of them just gave up, they were surrounded.
Yeah.
So, they had a bad time marching all the way down to Dusselberg or something down there to prison. But, so we decided we were just going to shoot our way out, and we
Blasted yourself a path out of there.
yeah, we blasted about 100 shells, just boom, 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 and we took off.
Just go. Go right where they blew up.
Follow the artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the smoke.
So we took off and got down to Malmedy.
And that's where you joined up with Patton.
Yeah, and then we
What was your general before Patton?
we joined up later at Omar Bradley.
Oh, you were with Omar
The
Bradley, the
first
first one. Okay. And then, after that,
Yeah, I know.
his division kind of got messed up, and so you.
Just got
Then most of them got, half of them got captured, a bunch of them got killed.
yeah. So we, our regiment got out pretty good. So old Patton said, "Well, I'll take that regiment." So he
And what did you do?
He put us up there, and then we crossed the Remagen Bridge and took it.
Oh, that's when the Remagen Bridge happened then.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was after the Battle of Bulge.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And,
I always thought that was before. I don't know.
And later I found out that it kind of coincided that Urban was in the anti-aircraft, and he was stationed just a little ways from the bridge, trying to shoot those airplanes that were trying to bomb
From the bridge.
the bridge out.
So your brother was one of the ones trying to help you out.
Yeah.
Always nice to know.
Yeah.
He was like maybe a mile from me,
Yeah.
at the most. When we were we running back and forth across the bridge.
Yeah, you didn't quite have time for a reunion right then.
So, we were
He was trying to shoot down planes. You were trying to get stuff across the bridge.
Yeah, he was trying to shoot down the planes. So anyway,
Was he naval? I thought he was naval. Leo?
Anti-aircraft Army.
Oh, Army anti-aircraft. Okay.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing happened after the war. They came back.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere where they were training anti-aircraft guys, and they put him. He was a sergeant. They put him in as a trainer, and he was training these guys on anti-aircraft, and I guess he'd pull a thing back or something. somehow. Anyway,
I don't think that was Leo, Dad. That was Irvin.
Irvin, yeah, I'm talking about Irvin.
Irvin.
Yeah, Irvin.
Oh, okay. I thought he said Leo.
No, Leo was in the MPs down in southern France. He had it made.
Southern France?
He had it made.
Yeah.
Drinking wine?
Yeah.
Probably
Like
not.
getting a tan.
He was hanging out down there.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, Leo didn't drink back then, did he?
I don't think any of them did.
No.
Irvin was in the aircraft, so he was almost to the ridge, trying to shoot down those planes. They kept coming over trying to bomb the bridge.
Yeah.
Well, I was running back and forth.
But Irvin got, when he was a trainer, one of the guys, they did something and it was like a bazooka type of thing, and it sprung back and hit him in the jaw. Messed his jaw up bad.
Yeah, the aircraft gun, when it fired, it kicked back and hit him in the jaw. And it wasn't supposed to fire or anything, you know. And this cookie green kid fired
Accidentally fired it.
and it came back and hit Irvin.
Irvin right in the jaw.
Right in the jaw and broke his jaw.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurt pretty bad.
He got a little pinching out of it.
Yeah.
So I got a medical discharge?
Uh-huh. Yeah, Army just discharged. Army medical, military medical.
Yeah. So anyway, we went with Pat and then on into to southern Germany, and we crossed the Danube River, and then after we crossed the Rhine. And then we went on and kept going, and we finally ended up in Yugoslavia.
Hello.
Or something.
Hello.
No, Czechoslovakia.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where we stopped at the line in Czechoslovakia. And about a week later,
Uh-huh.
this
is Dan.
armistice was signed. Yeah.
So how long did you spend over in
I
Germany?
think they wouldn't send me home because they said I hadn't been over there long enough. So.
How long were you over there?
But it was a pretty good deal. They said, well,
Didn't come out recall.
we got a wrestling coach in Paris, and he wants some wrestlers to go around and teach these different divisions. The wrestling coaches how to coach and so forth. They call it a wrestling clinic.
Ah.
And evidently they found out someplace where I'd wrestled and so forth in Oklahoma A&M. So they as soon as I don't know, about a week after the war ended, they said, "We want you back in Paris." And the older reason was still there, and I said, "What about the division?" I don't know. Well, we're going to take on some guys that have been here for 2 years, and even from South Africa.
We got some existing
and they brought them into the 99.
So, thanks.
So
Okay.
they could send them all home together or something. I don't know. Anyway, the captain said, "Well, they want you to join the athletic department in Paris, France." I said, "Well, that sounds pretty." I do. He said, "Well, you got about 6 months left before you got enough months to go home." So I was over there, I think it was 14 months or something like that.
Altogether.
Yeah, altogether.
Yeah, so he fought for about 10 months, right? And then about 6 months you did that. But at the end of the war, you guys went into the prison camps, right? And released a lot of the prisoners.
Yeah, towards the end, yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty bad shape, those prisoners.
Oh, yeah.
What prison camp? Do you remember?
We went to several of those and cleaned them out.
You remember what they were? Any of the names of them?
They had the Russian prisoners, and they had
The Jewish prisoners?
Jewish, yeah, and Polish.
Yeah.
A lot of prisoners.
Do you remember the names of the camp at all? It's been a long time, huh?
Yeah, I think maybe I might have a picture or something, I don't know. Oh, Hammelberg.
Hammelberg was one of them?
Yeah, I was one of them. He was down in southern Germany.
Hammelberg.
They had a big track meet there. And I won.
Yeah.
I went and shot the rest of this.
But is that where one of the prison camps was?
First, yeah, that was where one of them was.
One was in Hammelburg.
That's convenient.
We moved around and cleaned out 2 or 3 of them, and then I hauled a bunch of them back to a railway station, and I forget the name of the town, in southern Germany, and they were put on a train to go back into Russia.
Yeah. But you said they were just like really frail and skinny
They
and
were terrible.
a mess.
They fed them on potato peelings, they said.
Fed them potato peelings, yeah.
But anyway, the 99th was stationed here after the war.
Mm-hmm.
In
Hammelburg.
Hamburg.
So where exactly did you live while you were in Paris? Were you on the base?
Oh, I left here in about a week. I went back to Paris.
Yeah.
And because they told them on the athletic thing, where'd you stay there? On a base, on an army base, or was it in a
I
building?
stayed at the Grand Palais.
Oh, you did? You stayed at a hotel?
Yeah.
They put you up, huh?
Oh man,
Palais.
These are the kind of things you need to ask.
Okay.
I was at the Grand Palais, and we stayed about a block down the street. Was one of the best French restaurants you ever ate in.
Oh, wow.
And we were invited to eat anytime we wanted to in there.
Wow.
And there was a motor pool there. We could get us a Jeep and go anywhere we wanted to.
I guess they liked you pretty well because the U.S. freedom, huh?
Yeah. And then we go work out at the University of Paris.
Oh.
And then their
Gym.
facility there, their gym, and they had the mats and everything for wrestling and all that. There's a picture somewhere, I don't know.
Did you visit the Eiffel Tower while you were there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all around the Eiffel Tower.
So, didn't they bring in a lot of the other European champions to wrestle you and stuff? Yeah.
All of this stuff here, I think, was in Paris.
Is that what happened, Dad? Did you guys all wrestled there in Paris?
We went.
Or you went around to different places?
We traveled. We stayed about a week, and pass out information and work with these guys that came in to. Most of them had a little bit of experience, and they were going to be coaches for each division and have wrestling teams, and they were going to compete with each other and all that stuff.
Oh, huh.
So we got to start our clinic. We had this coach,
He was a captain or something, right?
Major.
A major?
Yeah, he was a wrestling coach for Illinois
Oh.
before the war, and then he somehow or other he wound up in the 82nd Airborne, and he jumped in the invasion in Paris.
Oh, really?
But he got all of a little scratch or two here on his arm. But he was a good wrestler too, in good shape. So we traveled all over Europe, putting on the clinics and how to wrestle.
So you went to Paris. Where else did you go?
Oh, we went to Holland, Venlo, Holland, a big Air Force base there.
Did you go to Czechoslovakia? I thought you said you did.
Yeah, we went everywhere. We went to Brussels, we went to Antwerp, Belgium.
Uh-huh.
We went to Stuttgart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wrestled a big fat guy there just to come in short. We went to Reims, France, a big place, and then
You want some grapes?
we went on clear over to Poland. We went to Czechoslovakia, Warsaw, Poland. I think.
Wow. You got a good tour of Europe.
The hardest match I had was in Czechoslovakia.
Why is that?
Well, this guy, he was a big guy, big weightlifter. He'd come out with about 200 or 300 pound barbell warming up.
Warming up.
Trying to psych out the.
I'm like, my goodness, what am I gonna do with this guy?
Well, you ended up beating them all, didn't you, Dad?
Oh yeah, I beat him. But yeah, he was really stout. But shoot, one thing that I had an advantage is they did more Greco-Roman wrestling, which was you couldn't do
Go to the floor.
anything. You couldn't tackle a guy or get him below the waist.
Yeah.
And in the USA, we call it catch as catch can, and you
Grab him anywhere you can.
anywhere you can. And but they weren't used to that, and so yeah, I just went in and tackled him, took him down. And of course he was real stout. He could just sit on his neck for a long time, and I got sit on his neck and hold himself up, and I keep it from pinning him, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had some pretty good wrestlers in Paris. That one guy was pretty good. He was good with a side body block.
Yeah.
He could come across like that and bam, you were flat on your back on the mat. The side body block. So I said, teach me how to do that.
Sounds like more of a football
Yeah, so
kind of guy.
yeah,
As
so I
opposed to
got,
wrestling.
yeah, they call it Roman-Greek wrestling. So anyway, we traveled all over, clear into Warsaw, Poland, and
So what was your...
finally we came back to Paris, and it was about December, and I said, hey, I think I've got my 6 months. And so the captain said, well, gee, we hate to lose you. Why don't you just sign up for 3 years? We give the captain's rating and take over that whole northern section of Germany up there by Frankfurt.
Oh, really?
We don't have anybody up in that area. So I said, oh, I got a wife and baby at home, and I got to go home.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
It's probably a smart move.
So I got on I'm looking for an airplane. Old George, he got an airplane to Vail Air Force Base up here in California. He said, why don't you go to California with me and get out up there? And I said, oh, I better just go to Oklahoma first.
Yeah. That's where Ann was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They were in Oklahoma.
my dad was out here.
They stayed with her parents
Okay.
while he was gone.
But it was a bad deal. We got what they call a milk train. That thing stopped there, Everettsburg, and we were 5 days getting from New Jersey down to Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, where we were to be discharged on this lousy train. And a lot of guys were just jumping off. Okay, I'm going to hitchhike.
This wasn't a regular passenger train?
Yeah,
It was?
yeah, this is an old fashioned.
What about your boat ride on the way back, Dad?